Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week we've got Alex, Jasan, Corey, Jaimen, and Evan. Randy may or may not be on later after Putting League. The plan for this week is to cover first tracks. If we have time, we might get to the Kisco Klassic. Definitely hear from Corey about that. And preview New York Team Challenge for this weekend. But before we get to that, how did everybody celebrate their New Year? Alex, what did you do New Year's Eve?
Nerd stuff. Basically went over to a friend's house, played some board games, that sort of thing. Nothing too crazy.
Did you do anything at midnight?
In the past, we've done things like you can time movies so that like significant events happen. Like we've done Star Wars having the Death Star blow up right at midnight, that sort of thing. But we didn't do anything like that this year.
First one?
The first one, generally.
Oh, okay.
Like the one we did was the first one. But
oh, no, that's cool. I saw a lot of that this year. If you start Game 5 of the World Series at such and such time at midnight, Aaron Judge will drop the ball, or it's one of the Ghostbusters. I think Bill Murray says Happy New Year at a certain time. I get the Star Wars thing, and that's kind of cool, but how many people did it just for the Facebook post? You know what I mean? And sat there and figured out the timing on that kind of stuff. That's it?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
What about you, Evan? What'd you do for New Year's?
I had a very quiet New Year's Eve, home alone, actually. My wife and daughter were visiting the in-laws, and unfortunately I had to stay late at work. So any thought of driving out to Plymouth, Massachusetts was kind of not going to happen. So I was just getting ready for the morning, packing my bag for total downpour all day. That was my plan. That's what I thought was going to be happening. And flipped over to NBC at midnight. Didn't see a ball drop, but Seth Meyers did a countdown, but didn't stay up late and got some rest.
Nice. Jasan?
Yeah, pretty uneventful. Just home with the family. Kids were in bed. Jess and I stayed up and watched Countdown on TV. Not really much else.
Where'd you watch it?
On whatever Roku. I don't know what broadcasting it was, but it was on streamed on Roku.
Nice. With the streaming, I find it's always like off a little bit based on actual time.
I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah.
I think our clock is analog in that room. So yeah, it was like the whatever New York Times broadcast, and I'll just pretend that was actual time, not the nuclear time. Or
right. What'd you do, Corey? Anything?
I think I polished off the rest of those Smirnoff Ices, and I think I was probably hanging out, video gaming, a couple friends.
Were they there, or were they like with the headset?
No, yeah, it was all virtual. And then telling myself I was going to go to bed early for first tracks. Well, early-ish. I think I probably went to bed at 12:30 or 1 o'clock.
Not too shabby for that long drive in the morning.
Yeah, still wasn't the first one there, but
I think I was there before you, and I got like an hour and a half drive. So.
Yeah, you definitely were. Well, then as I'm driving down there, I'm like, shit, I should have drove earlier. I should have got down here slightly sooner just so I didn't have to like park somewhere far away. But there wasn't that many people there at 9 o'clock.
Well, the last event I played was the Jammer, and I had to park by that big tree.
The other parking lot, like the swimming hole, fishing
yeah.
area.
Yeah, so I definitely made a concerted effort to get up a little earlier and get there. Jaimen, what'd you do for New Year's? Anything?
We hung out, and then 20 minutes before we drove down to the Hudson and went for a walk with our dog.
They're going to say a dip.
No.
And we came out glowing for the new year. All right. I didn't really do anything. I drove for a bit. I drove the sober people to their parties. She didn't want me driving them from their parties. So I didn't do much. I got home, started watching something, and then my wife was already asleep by like 11:58. I looked at my clock. So I turned on I don't really have a New Year's thing that I watch, but I get a kick out of the fact that Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, I get a kick that those two guys actually have a show because they look very similar, but they seem to be very different types. So I watched them for like 3 minutes, and then I went back to watching classic Doctor Who.
Oh, nice. Which Doctor?
The third one.
Oh, that's really old.
Actually, at New Year's, it was probably the second Doctor. I think I was on his last before he got changed until they went to color. So, yeah. BritBox.
Nice.
All right, so we've learned one of two things, that we're all really old or that New Year's just isn't the same as it used to be.
Yeah, when I was back home in Utica for Christmas, my mom was like, oh, yeah, maybe we'll come out for New Year's. I'm like, and do what? I'm not doing shit New Year's Eve. I'm too far away from like Albany to want to like go out and do something.
Do they do anything in Albany?
First night, or is that a Saratoga thing? Or maybe when I was a kid, I remember going up to Saratoga and they had like first night and there was lots of like live music and all sorts of events, walking.
Yeah, that's Saratoga.
Okay.
Everybody wanted to get up early and be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for first tracks. The first thing I noticed when I got to first tracks was I saw a smattering of Disc Golf Journey sweatshirts throughout the course, which brought up two questions. Jasan, do you have any more of those for sale?
We have certain sizes left, yeah.
All right. And am I the only one that's afraid to wear mine and get it dirty?
I'm wearing mine now, and you will not catch me wearing it out on the course.
Yeah, I had that thought too. I was going to wear it for first tracks. Tim Goyette was like, wanted to get everybody to wear them. But it's really nice and comfortable, and like I love wearing it around the house right now. So
I like wearing it to work just because everyone's like, what is that in the back of your shirt? And I'm like, let's go hang on the cafeteria for 20 minutes while I break it down for you.
But even if they don't know anything about disc golf, you got the local area.
yeah, Tim told me, forget, somebody asked him, a sister maybe, asked him if it was from a book or a game or something. And he said disc golf, and they were in disbelief until they looked closer. But all the bodies of water and the local highways, like, it's very cool.
Kind of like I normally do. I'll go through the results and we'll work our way up. So first tracks, which is not rated or anything, it's not really an official tournament. So it's a difficult one to intro. But
Wait, how many people showed up?
oh, it was not 90.
Even though it wasn't raining.
Do we have an official number? The screen I'm looking at doesn't have.
So it's funny when Kenji was like doing the intro, like, thanking everybody for coming out before he started handing out cards. The initial reported number was 69. So collectively, there was a lot of nice in the crowd.
Yeah.
But I think there was actually 67.
Yeah, I have 68 just adding up the numbers. So I think we did get to 68, but
Yeah, there's 67 scores on the disc golf scene tag match. Tim Martino came tearing in with his giant red pickup truck at the last minute, like usual.
All right. So it sounds like he was probably 68.
Yeah, maybe.
there's at least one person who didn't buy a discount membership at the time.
All right. So we're going to say 69 just for sake of argument. That'll be next year's over-under. So the women's division was won by Amber Stout. She won by 3 strokes over Megan Mercier. Looks like 7 players in the rec division. Third place, Jamie Borge, shot a 94. Joseph Kowalik.
Viking Joe.
Also
The
known as
Viking.
the Viking. Yep.
Oh, the Viking. All right. Shot a 93 for second place. And your winner, shooting a 90, Ross O'Toole. Would have put him a tie for 5th place in the AM division.
Yeah. He's a sponsored player at this point. You got to start to think he's going to move up from rec at some point.
Well, you win the first tracks. You got to move up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good tournament to win.
Heck yeah. Moving over to AM, I see Branden Cline was there. I noticed that because Corey pointed him out in his t-shirt and beanie.
Yeah, it's like 20 degrees out, and I can't remember how. No, it was not breezy. I remember it was
No,
eerily not
yeah.
breezy, but it was still cold as shit out. And I look over through the woods, and I see someone with a skull cap on and a red t-shirt, and it's none other than Branden Cline.
They were behind us all day. Him and Kenji was in that group. Do you remember anybody else in that group?
I was on that card.
Oh, you were?
Yep, with Dennis Staley and Harry Lehman.
Oh, right, yeah, Harry was there. I was trying to think. There was someone else that stuck out.
That was a 5-some?
So, as at the pavilion, Kenji's calling out names, sending out cards. The numbers are dwindling, and then eventually realized I was on the card with Kenji and Branden Cline and Dennis Daly, which was cool because we were going to start on hole 1. And Harry's standing there kind of looking around saying, do I have a card? And there was a little scrambling to figure out how they might have missed him, but in the end, he just jumped on with us. Actually, after we teed off, Kenji offered if he might want to join pro card in front of us, which was you guys, right?
Yeah.
But he elected to hang out with us, play the round, which was cool.
Damn, I wonder why. It's not. I definitely don't have an outstanding bill with him.
We definitely heard the soundtrack from your card. Decidedly 80s.
Yes, Kenji was rocking the playlist. It was awesome. I love that. Love that vibe for us.
So how was your round, Evan?
It was great. I mean, great card. I had never had a chance to really play with Harry or even, talk much. And I'm sure you guys all know. Great guy, very cool. The round was a lot of fun. Like I said, it did not rain as I thought it was going to. I mean, I wouldn't say it was nice out per se, but I was expecting downpours all day. The round started out great. I was 1 down after the first 5 holes and even after we finished hole 12. And then we got to hole 13 and I threw my trace on a nice low skip shot right into Greg Kurtz's doggy pool, which was very exciting. I don't know if anybody's actually done that. There was talk about whether there was a bounty. I didn't really care about money. It was kind of my new distinction, I guess. So not only do I putt with my shoes off and play the wrong holes, but I can throw it into the doggy pool on 13 at J Park.
Heck yeah.
What did you have for a score on that hole?
So that's a great follow-up question, Corey. I'm glad you asked. Because The relief I got was directly at the back edge of the pool. I did like a kneeling patent pending. I was really scared of going OB left. So I was like, I'll throw something a little understable. But I really yanked it and I went OB right. Like, okay, no problem. I'm just going to lay up just inside the mouth. But I gave it a little too much and it skipped off of that log right there into the water for back-to-back OB. And I finished with a 7 on that hole.
You're supposed to skip into that log, not skip over it. That's why it's there.
I wasn't even trying to reach that log, but I think I didn't want to go even further left. So I was trying to commit to a little bit of Anheuser and just gave it a little too much. So that was a bummer, but I kind of settled down after that. Just, bogeys, pars. I had birdied on 9 earlier, which was nice. It was probably a 25-foot putt, I'd guess, but really nice drive for me to be able to reach that. And I birdied again on 32, which was cool to get out of the woods there and have a pin high putt, to the right side. Took a double on 34, unfortunately, even after a good drive, but I hadn't looked at the scores all around, which I kind of tend to do unless I'm keeping score. Shout out Branden Cline for keeping score for us that day. And I was surprised that I beat Dennis by 1 stroke, which was cool. Harry quietly shot 4 down. Not surprising, but just it was, effortless. And he hit band a few times and could have had a better round. But great card, great group of guys, and just a good time all around.
One of your goals for the year was to beat Tim Goyette, and he only got you by 1 stroke.
Yeah, and again, I didn't know. I didn't look at our own card. I didn't look at the leaderboard. So it would have been nice to either tie or beat Tim, but it's all right. There's a lot of golf to play this year. And on the topic of moving up to AM, winning a monthly, I beat Branden Cline at a monthly at Blatnick last year, head-to-head, because there was only 6 people. It was like 2 feet of snow, and I moved up after that. So come on up to AM, Ross. Fellow Team 80K member. I can call him out like that, I think. I took, the 41 tag? 47, excuse me. Tied with Tyler Gannon, with Megan, Brendan Medina, and Matt Knopf.
Nice. Looks like there's a 6-way tie for 5th place. Joshua Lee, Kyle Moore, Austin Swart out, who I met, John Furman, Justin G. Park, and Terry Hudson. I actually had a conversation with Terry Hudson. Kaitlyn Clay came in 4th place in the AM division. Nick Cardone in 3rd. John Steffen in 2nd. And your winner, Matt Sharp, shot at 82, -4. Moving over to the pro division, I'm not going to go over my round. I will say that I came in last in pro, but I would not have come in last in AM, rec, or women's. Just saying.
Nice.
Yep. I see, Jason, you played. How'd that go?
Yeah, it was a great card. Got to with Jaimen, Randy, and somebody else on this podcast.
It was
Alex.
me.
Yeah, it was a good card. I struggled. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't really drive or putt. I did make the rookie mistake of skipping breakfast and not packing a lunch. So I was really feeling the beer I had later in the round. Yeah, I couldn't pull it together. Couldn't really make it work. One of my worst rounds at J, I think. But other than that, I enjoyed my time there. It was fun playing disc golf with the other co-host of the podcast, and the weather was decent, so I've got lots of room to move up in the tags now. So
just gotta play some round.
Yeah. And I did go in with the lowest tag there, so coming out with the 34 didn't feel great. Also, 4 days before that, I played J27 in some pretty rough conditions and shot 9 down. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe I used up all my good shots then, and definitely swung the other way going into first tracks.
Alex, how'd you do?
I started out pretty okay. I birdied the first hole we played. We started on hole 9, which is the one you got the river behind it. I don't know how else to describe it. But there was some discussion on how we were supposed to figure out which hole we were supposed to be on because of the paper scorecards that they gave us were not useful. They had the old numbers on there. So we had to figure things out a little bit differently there.
You don't know the old numbers?
Or you mean the old numbers or the old numbers?
I don't know what any numbers are anymore. I barely knew what they were initially, and they've changed several times since then. So, but yeah, birdied that first hole and then went par for a while and then kept parring and then took a couple bogeys. And then it took me another 18 holes. Actually, I think it was about 20 holes from that first birdie to get another birdie. But yeah, it started off pretty okay, ended out pretty okay, not so good in the middle.
All right. What about your round, Corey?
Yeah, so I played with you, Pat, Chad Larson, and the homie Tucker, so got to hang out with some cool dudes all day. My round was pretty iffy. Finished 1 down, which it's kind of the goal is to be under par. I felt like I got too many bogeys and not enough birdies, but some of the birdies I got were a little ridiculous. I birdied 18, which is the swamp hole. I probably birdied that one once every dozen times, if not way less frequent. Before that, though, I birdied hole 12 with a, 80-foot jump putt maybe.
Oh, from the tree.
Yeah, from the tree, like the skinny tree on the left of the bush.
Was Justin throwing or something? Somebody was throwing on the other card, and I'm looking over there, and then I hear the chains. I didn't even get to see that shot.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure you foot faulted, but
you probably saw Justin. You're like, I want to see this thing get thrown a country mile, and then didn't see my putt going. Or my throw, whatever you want to call it. But yes, I birdied 12, which actually was my first birdie of the round. Like I didn't birdie 8, I didn't birdie 9, I didn't birdie 11.
You said you were looking for a par round, and you ruined it.
Yeah, after I get 5 pars in a row, I'm like, all right, let's make this a thing. And then I ruined it by birdieing hole 12. But I was having one of those rounds where every time I birdied, I'd bogey like almost immediately after. I would prefer it to go the other way if I had to choose, get a bogey then get a birdie, instead of getting a birdie and then getting a bogey. But yeah, so I birdied 12, I birdied 18. We started on hole 2, so our final holes were 35 and 1, and I birdied hole 35. So like 18 and 35 are arguably the hardest holes on the layout, or at least the least birdied, and I got both of them. So I'm taking that away from the round. I think I finished with like the 14 tag or something. Yeah, 14 tag.
A couple notes on that round. Evan mentioned on, what was it, hole 13, that he went into the pool. Right. Chad was just out on the outside of the pool, so probably in a worse position because he didn't get any relief. He basically had to straddle around on his knees around a tree to forehand out of there.
And he parred it.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, he parred that hole. I bogeyed it from having
a much better drive. Yeah.
A much better drive. I mean, I should not have bogeyed it, but yeah, Chad parred it from the swimming pool underneath a bush, and I bogeyed it the good old-fashioned way.
And then what's the big hill?
25 after the bell hole.
Mount Misery.
Yeah.
Sponsored by the Savages.
Yeah. Did you see what happened with Justin on that one?
Yeah, so Mucelli, that tee pad's a little weird. Most of the criticism it gets is the way that it's pointed and that there's not much room off the tee. There's like a boulder to the right of it, so it kind of inhibits like the run-up some people want to do. And we saw Justin throw from like just in front of the tee pad and completely eat shit.
In his Disc Golf Journey sweatshirt.
I think first I asked if he was all right, and then after that, immediately started ribbing him. I made some joke about it, and he said that was his third throw. So he already had hit those trees twice and didn't make it 30 feet off the tee pad.
But that third shot, I'm pretty sure, made the hill.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure really he was shot. Like probably just outside circle 2.
He just face planted in that sweatshirt, and it was, but yeah, it was a nice shot.
I'm pretty sure he probably put a Tide pen in his Amazon cart before he even got home. I hope. Get them stains out.
Looks like Harry came in 7th place at -4. Not bad on a 5-some with 4 AMs.
By choice. You know.
Yeah, no, 100% by choice, but still not too shabby. Hey, Randy, what's going on?
Just got back from Putting League. It's really cold out. A lot of people are skipping the ace pot tonight. I don't blame them.
How was your round at First Trax? Unless there's anything on Putting League you want to mention.
No, Putting League was exactly average, which is like the goal I set. And then when you meet that goal and you're disappointed, it's like, you make 50% on the putts. But whatever. That's kind of how First Trax went too. First Trax was fun. Playing with the podcast card with Jason, Jaimen, and Alex was a good time.
Well, I would argue that Corey and I were the podcast card. I mean, we had me and Corey and the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, Tucker Kozlowski, in our cards. So
and a runner-up.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's take a vote and see.
But no, it was a good time. It was a fun card. I started off kind of boring. It was 27 holes. So like that, you got a lot of golf left kind of mindset. Picked up some bogeys in the woods. It was a funny day for putting where I was missing the 20-foot uncontested putts and I was hitting the 30-foot ones with a branch in the way. So it all kind of equaled out to like an okay putting round, but it feels cooler to hit the long ones, even if you do miss the short ones. So I walked away from it feeling good. Ended up shooting 5 under and feeling really good. I think that got me 5th place. So pretty happy and successful First Trax, better than last year. So yeah.
Heck yeah. Tied for 5th, Ryan Clare and Randy Bemis at -5. How was your round this year, Jaimen? Any improvement from last year with no holiday party to go to?
Yeah, I got there early this year and got a lot of practice putting in. So yeah, my score improved overall considerably, but I started off the round actually pretty bad. Just going through it in my head, I was 2 over for the first 8 holes. Luckily for me, we were playing 27 holes, so that's 1 more than a normal round of disc golf. So those first 9 holes were pretty good warm-ups. And then for the next 18 holes, I was finally able to kind of loosen up and play. So making my putts, that I needed to make, but wasn't doing anything too crazy. It was just kind of a down the middle day. I wasn't getting in enough trouble to really say so. So getting the birdies that I feel like you should get out there, and that's really about it.
All right. That was good enough for a tie for third with Chad Larson at -7. And it looks like there was a tie for first. Corey, how'd that go? I know you didn't play in it, but you picked it.
I did pick it. I think I'm just on a super hot pick streak. But so that was when, we finished on hole 1. So as we putted out hole 1 and kind of started walking back, we heard Jeff yell playoff, which is pretty easy to hear if he's the one saying it. I didn't know if it was going to be an am or a pro playoff, but then noticed it was Kyle and new on the scene, Joe Byerly. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but I believe he's a somewhat recent transplant. No one really knew who he was. I believe David Koch had met him not too long ago. But apparently he used to be really good at disc golf, or, he still obviously is, but he took some time off. So him and Kyle Hirsch were on a playoff, started on hole 1. And as we were walking from one's basket back to the pavilion, we saw Kyle's disc fly and absolutely parked it.
He had CTP at that point too, right?
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he also had CTP from regulation. Joe threw his shot. He made it through that first line of guardian trees, and I'm not sure exactly where it landed or how much of a chance he had to make a putt to push to a hole 2 playoff. But Kyle ended up taking it down. Yeah, Kyle ended up taking it down. I was looking at the spreadsheet image you had here, Alex.
Yeah,
I was confused by payout and actual payout, and
because I don't know how to make it automatically do ties or how to set anything to make it do ties correctly. I just have it highlight anything that's a tie, and then you manually adjust the actual payout to make it work.
Oh, that's what the highlighters mean. I was wondering why.
It just highlights every single tie.
Yeah, nice.
Within the division.
So since you hedged your bet that Kyle would be there, you did say he would win.
Well, it was my first pick. I did say Kyle, so long as he's there. Everything else after that didn't matter if you showed up.
Anybody know where the next monthly is?
Thatcher Park?
Yeah, I believe I saw
yeah.
Thatcher on Facebook.
Don't know when it is off the top of my head.
The 16th, I think. It's a Sunday.
Convenient timing. I'm updating the spreadsheet with all the disc cup events.
Nice.
And it's oh, sweet. I'll add that one.
All right, a couple things. I had a rules question. What hole, Corey, is the whale tail?
21.
Down near the bottom on the right-hand side is OB, correct? On 21?
Yep, and it wraps around the back of the basket.
Yeah. So did you guys play it stakes OB or water OB? Because the water was coming inside the stakes. I don't know if you guys even had that as a possibility. I'm just as a question. How would you have played it?
We played stakes OB.
Yeah.
Did that come up on our card? But I would always think that the stakes take precedence over the water.
Theoretically, it should have come up for your spot.
It did, because you played
from
the
you're
puddle.
right. Yeah. All right, I was kind of, in the water, so I definitely played from the stakes.
Oof.
So Tucker landed full disc in the water, but definitely inside from the stakes. And Chad asked Kenji, who was on the card behind us, and Kenji said whatever's higher.
Well, the answer is Kenji, but what does that have to do with it? No, sorry. Whatever's higher? What does that mean?
Like elevation higher?
Yeah, that's
I think what it meant was whatever's worse. So if the water is exceeding the stakes, you go by the water. If the water hasn't reached the stakes, you go by the stakes.
That's it. No, I don't like that for either. I think that's worst case scenario for everything.
Yeah, I think that is what he meant by whatever's higher, but I don't like that decision.
Feels to me like the stakes would be OB, and then the water, if it's there, would be casual, if anything.
Yeah, if there's something that's marking it, use what's marking it.
Yeah, I think that's how it should be done. I imagine there's a lot of people who played it differently, but that's how I would instinctively play it.
So what did Tucker do?
He took an OB stroke.
OB stroke.
Oh, and he was in a puddle inbounds?
100% inbounds, yeah.
Provisional, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we asked the TD.
Was Kenji the TD or was Jeff?
I don't know.
Aren't they the same person?
Basically.
Yeah.
I was vying for the safe call on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't help me at all. And if, I had the option, not that I wasn't in deep water, but I was OB and just had to assume that the stakes were the delineating feature and kind of stepped in a puddle. If I thought there was any question, I would have played two different ones. But to me, if you have something that's clearly marking it, that's what you should go with. Because you could have casual puddles that go in and out, and then you have weird scenarios where maybe the water does different things. If you got stakes, go with stakes.
What about the outlandish situation where it like rained the day before or something?
Yeah.
I could see it being a little bit harder to think about if the OB line was not because there was water there. Like if it was a puddle just inside the right side of the OB on hole 13, like, yeah, obviously it's a random puddle, you wouldn't play it as OB. But because like the OB line is kind of like the water line, not that it is, like the water fluctuates, but like the stake line was put somewhere wherever a water line was at one point, and the water was high that day. But
What about 9? Like, isn't that, the water behind the basket? So whether it's high or low is whether your disc is safe or not?
yeah, the stakes are pretty high on that because the property line is back there for the park. So that one never really plays as water OB. But usually after snow melt and the water gets real high, then yeah, because for that, if the water was higher than the stakes, you wouldn't be able to establish a lie off the stake. You'd be in water.
So it's casual. You could take it back.
Are you talking about on 9 or on 21 that we're talking about?
Picturing the downhill whale's tail. Olds 14.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could say that there's no place, like if you use a stake as OB and where the disc went OB, you wouldn't be able to take casual anywhere because you'd be going. Actually, that's a lie, because if you go back far enough,
go to
you would go over the swamp. Yeah.
So that's the weird situation comes in what's now hole 34. Before we moved the basket, you had the situation where you would land in casual water, but you couldn't take relief because you'd be going quarter mile into a swamp.
Yeah.
So then it was called relief. I forget the technical PGA term, but it's a relief area where you can take, like, you treat it as OB, but you don't get a penalty. So that could have been announced, but if it's not announced, then I don't know. It's kind of a weird call. But I guess I go back to, like, what's the purpose of stakes then?
For when there's no water, and then there would be no OB, I guess, if you go the other way.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is like the common theme. If you have any kind of event, whoever the TD is ultimately responsible for making a clear determination on some of the gray areas, because you can run into this with like other unmarked features like Mandos and stuff like that if they're not properly marked, delineated, it leaves to gray areas that somebody's got to make a call on. But yeah, my initial call was the stakes. I could see the argument either way, and maybe it was just because of like the spot that we were in, the water was a lot closer and lower. I guess maybe if it were like really high and sticking, protruding 10 feet past the stakes, it'd be different.
I have two thoughts on it. Whoever said provisional, you always go with the provisional. I think if we voted, I think the vote would have gone, he was in bounds. But somebody asks Kenji, I'm not going to argue with Kenji. Yeah, I play here once every 6 months. I'm not going to say he's wrong. So sounds like Tucker got screwed on a stroke, at least one.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah. I kind of skipped my round, but there is one hole I forgot to mention, Corey. It's the last one before you go back across the road.
29 road trip. Wait, yeah, road trip.
Basically, if you can't throw a backhand on that, it's just silly. So I thought, I'll just do a standstill. But the mistake I made was I hadn't thrown a backhand since, like, my last round was Port Jervis. I didn't throw any backhands there. So it had been months since I had thrown a backhand.
And you had a destroyer in your hand.
Yeah, and I busted out a Brinster destroyer to throw a backhand. And that thing came out of my hand before I was even halfway done with my walkthrough. But I did learn that I did throw in that forehand, so I'm going to practice with that a little bit.
Yeah, you were throwing that good. I feel like the actual best shot on that hole, if you were to optimize it, would be a forehand.
I get that.
Flip up. Like, you could have made a forehand work off the drive. You made it work on other holes that were definitely not forehand-friendly holes.
Yeah, there's a few on there that it's the one right after the swamp.
Yeah, 19. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. I screwed up my second shot on that more than I screwed up my first one. But I threw it, I want to say, like 50 feet to the left. And then, so that was a fun hole. The other thing, Jason, you mentioned that, who was it? Greg Kurtz got a brand new porta potty for First Trax. Is that who did it?
Yeah, he gets to talk to some people at the town and got that arrangement set up. He had originally asked for the bathrooms, but they're winterized. So in lieu of the bathrooms, they furnished a brand new porta potty with a little like entrance welcome mat.
And it's for the entire month of January.
Oh, nice. I was going to wonder if that'll be available for disc captains too.
It will be. So I've heard.
I think that's great and all, but I basically didn't have to use it until the end of the round. And I walked in and it's got a urinal in it and a sink. And I was just thinking, I think some people are going to get confused, so I could not use that sink. That was just my thought. It was brand new, spanking new, but I'm like, one's to the right, one's to the left. They're both about the same height. I'm not touching this thing.
Yeah. I work on a lot of construction sites, and I'll say, you just want the ones with the sanitizer.
I've been at 2 tournaments with the sink style and put soap onto my hands, and then there was no water. And I had to then go out and pour my own like drinking water onto my hands to clean them off and then like rush to play. So like I don't trust those anymore.
Anything else on First Tracks?
Seems like over 100 memberships have been sold so far. If I'm looking at this correctly, 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 105 memberships have been sold.
Heck yeah. Corey asked the question, do we think that First Tracks is Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year worthy? Corey, what was your thought on that?
Well, this year's a little bit different, but if you look at like previous year's numbers, it gets more than a C tier. And it does kind of drag a lot of people out of their caves to come play like a competitive round. They're not super competitive, but you got people in there that you won't really see, more than 1 or 2 tournaments throughout the year, like your Dave Hudsons and I don't know, whoever else is in this list. Travis Bashore was there. I haven't seen him in a while. And if we're looking for more events to add, I feel like this could be considered. I wouldn't say that this would bump out like a Heiser tournament or Mind Kill A tier, but
Say, did everybody on this podcast go to it?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
I think so. Yep.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah, including 9 Patreon members.
The only thing is it doesn't have the divisions that you would think.
And it's only one round.
And it's only one round, although that one round is 1.5.
That's true.
So maybe a tiebreaker?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, and instead of divisions, you just look at the overall, there's the scores like the way they are on the tag results.
Yeah, and tags, because then that breaks that tie too.
Right. Last year's tag broke all the ties for First Tracks.
Now, would it be this here First Tracks would break any ties for the rest of the year, or do you wait till the next First Tracks?
If you wait till the next one, then that puts pressure on whoever's in contention.
Yeah, because this you kind of forget where you finished.
Yeah.
Unless you shoot like Jaimen plus 21 or whatever that was last year.
Yeah, let's keep bringing it up.
That's all right.
I don't know. That's something to think about.
Yeah, that's a nice way to like kind of wrap up the Player of the Year if you have a tie too. Because First Tracks is always January 1st.
I was going to say that's a bonus because I get the New Year's Day off consistently. So being able to plan for it, no matter what day of the week it is, it's going to be New Year's Day.
On New Year's Day.
I mean, it's sitting there, so we could always use it as a tiebreaker for this year. My only worry would be it's very disc cap heavy, but so are most of the tournaments. I mean, if you play Long Island Open, that one tournament's not going to be enough to win you any division. You got to play like Fool's Fest, Warwick. You got to play multiples. So I don't know. Any last comments on Fool's Fest?
First Tracks?
I can't wait to register for
That's
it.
what I said.
Fool's Fest registration, there is a date for that, by the way.
I saw that.
Yeah, I need to follow that.
It said you can register early if you sponsor. Can you sponsor and then not actually register? I wonder.
You could ask.
Yeah.
Typically, whole sponsorships are not refundable, so you could always like register and then ask for a refund, like drop.
That's a good idea.
Sort of along those lines. I'd been going through my spreadsheet for like registration and stuff, and there's a couple of tournaments that are like, if you're 925 or better, you get a priority spot, slightly more priority than the other people. And I'm sitting at 923. So the question is either what's the closest tournament rated round that I can play in the next month or so prior to the February ratings update, or how quickly can I get a C tier set up for like this weekend or next weekend just to get a single rated round in to hopefully bump my rating up to past 925.
What is this for?
There's an A tier at Maple Hill that has like a 925 priority rating.
Do you think it'll actually sell out before you have a chance?
I mean, it's an A tier. You don't want to have to fight for it. It's not even that one. It's something else. It would have been Welcome to the Jungle. February 11 is when the registration opens for MA1 players at 925 or higher.
When is the ratings update?
What's it, second Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, that is also the 11th, so I don't know if that'd even work.
If it's updated that day, you would have the rating in the morning and then you could register.
Yeah.
You need to put a Stony Kill C tier 1 round flex on the calendar as fast as possible. Make it on a Wednesday.
You get Jason and Jaimen to play terribly too.
Exactly. Yeah, bump up all the ratings.
I'll sell you some rating points. How low you want me to go?
I'm looking through disc golf scene for you.
Yeah, what is like the minimum number of people for a tournament in order to actually count as a rated round?
I think 3.
Is it just 3?
I was going to say like 10, but
It'll be 3 with a manual calculation. They won't be able to pump that through the algorithm.
I think you need a minimum of 8 people or 8 propagators for like the automated calculation. But they have told me in the past, this was years ago, that if we have divisions or layouts with only 3 people, they would manually calculate the ratings.
I smell the Potts Family Classic coming up.
yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, probably not. But I just thought it was interesting because there's like a couple that are like 925 or similar where it's like, if I was just a little bit higher.
Will you lose anything on the update from last year that'll bump you up?
Ooh, maybe. I don't know.
You would have to
That's
trigger
math.
one, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
You'd
You have to play something to bump them off
to get an update happening.
You can't like request an update or something like that.
Couldn't hurt to ask.
You're not trying to get your house reassessed.
Yeah, it was more of a joke than anything, but it's kind of funny to think about.
We got Patreons. You can make them play a tournament.
I'm not even sure if I'm going to do Welcome to the Jungle, and now that I'm looking at it, the Cosmic Open, which is the one that I really wanted to do, is a 900 cap now, which I'm pretty sure it said 925 before, but it says 900 now.
Fools Fest said early registration for like 970 or something, right?
That sounds right. Yep, 970.
I might have found your best chance.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, it's the Kisco Classic Volume 5 at Bushmiller Park in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
I was just there.
Wait, really?
Not joking. I did a volleyball tournament in Lancaster, Pennsylvania over the weekend between Christmas and New Year's.
There you go. They got a pretty sick stamp, actually. Yeah, it's a C tier. It's on February 2nd.
All right, it's
Oh,
I'll
that is a
have
cool
to
stamp.
track it down, see if it's worth going to.
Yeah, look at my spreadsheet. There's really nothing locally aside from the Ice Bowl.
There's nothing in the Northeast. I've been looking state by state. This is Connecticut's first stuff is like after the ratings update. There's nothing in Massachusetts, Vermont, forget it. I haven't checked New Hampshire. They're pretty crazy.
I should throw together some kind of last minute C tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, having to work around team challenge and stuff is going to make that a nightmare anyway.
If you do it during the week.
Oh, true.
Ooh.
Can you do ratings for glow rounds?
Lunar New Year. That's the new holiday. Everybody's got off like the last Wednesday in January.
Is that a joke?
No.
Wait, what was the holiday?
It's the Lunar New Year.
I don't think I have that off.
That's a public school thing, I think.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was because if we're the last ones to get the days
I was
off.
going to say, yeah, right?
Except for the summer. I'll shut up.
All right. So the Kisco Classic 2025 was held at Mount Kisco, New York, Leonard Park. Tournament director Christopher Jardin had 69 players.
Nice.
MJ18, Mixed Junior 18, Charlie Hurd, your winner. MA3, Mixed Amateur 3, was won by Baxter Prescott. He beat out Simon Ramon and Mike Pellet. MA2, Mixed Amateur 2, looks like a 4-way tie at third place, and a tie for first between Michael Lambert and Josh Zukoff. They both shot a +9. Josh has a 1 next to his name, so I assume he was a winner in some kind of playoff. Marcia Focht won the FA 60, Women's Amateur 60 division. She comes from like Binghamton, right? You say, Jaimen?
Yep.
Man. It's
Yep.
one thing to go from Binghamton to like J Park, but Kisco, it's a little longer, I would imagine. MA 60 Mixed Amateur 60, Mark McCabe won that by 4 strokes over Richard Mango. MA 50 Mixed Amateur 50, Tomas Salez won by 1 stroke over Paul 2. MA 40 Mixed Amateur 40, second place Joseph Pajonas, and your winner by 3 strokes Eric Lutz shot a +15. Stacy Blasdell won Women's Amateur 1 FA1 over Sherry Purdy. Mixed Amateur 1, I see Austin Swartout and Anthony Bohansky. Not in the top, but I see them on the Mixed Amateur 1 field. 3-way tie for second place between Jeremy Lambert, Adam Gutman, and Sean Partee, but Liam Gislason is your winner by 3 strokes. MP 50, Mixed Pro 50, John Garb took it by 3 strokes over Brian Heller. MP 40, let's see, I see Jason Gorsage played, but Craig Cutler shot -1 to win it by 3 strokes over Bob Kolchuk.
And Chad Larson.
And Chad Larson. See, thank you. Tie for second. That was the problem I had with the Player of the Year thing. I didn't really look at the numbers on the left. FPO Women's Pro Open was won by Kaitlyn Clay.
Full discount card.
Oh, yeah. She beat Megan Mercier, who beat Kathleen Bemis, who beat Jessica Lasasso.
and who all carpool together, I believe. The entire FEO card traveled
Yep.
down there.
Goodness.
One thing to mention that I heard about and saw on the scorecard, anyone who played Kisco knows how freaking cold and absolutely windy it was. I call it don't go left 11 because you don't want to go left on hole 11. But Kaitlyn carded a 2 on it, where most of the scores I saw in that hole were 4 or worse.
That's the one if you go left, you're on 18?
Basically.
Okay.
I mean, she's really good. I don't know if
I'm curious, and I guess I should have done this before, but I'm wondering if she was the only birdie on that hole. And I'm not good at looking at...
they played a short layout.
Everybody did.
Oh, never mind.
Jeez,
Dick.
Randy.
Hey, I wasn't wrong.
Hole 11. Oh, you can't just do like everybody together.
No, you have to go by division.
Okay, there's some MP40 birdies on it, round 2, but that was literally it, I think. Yeah.
None of the pros?
We're all scared.
Yeah, Chad Larson and Bob Kulchuk got it round 2, and Kaitlyn got it round 2. I was definitely too scared. I was throwing a forehand, hoping to like just bury it into the side of the hill and just take an easy par.
Yeah, that's typically what I do on that. And then all you got to worry about at that point is laying it up, which isn't really, it's not the easiest layup to keep it from
Easy to roll
picking
away.
up and rolling or something. Yeah. So MPO division, some of the names I see: Antonio Albert, Nick Warren, Justin Michelli, John JP Hafner, Phil Thraskinator, Corey Cook. How'd your round go?
So I kind of forgot about Chris Jardin's live players meetings, which are super nice. I think the first one I saw, actually, I think it was with Jaimen down at Jack Bradley's house. I don't know if that was before Kisco or Two-Town Turkey Trot or what we were doing, but I remember we like had a couple beers and sat on the couch and watched it. That was pretty entertaining. I tried to go to bed early because I forgot that tee time is at 8:15 and it's a 2-hour drive, which means we were meeting to carpool at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was laying in bed watching the players meeting. It was nice not to worry about going to a players meeting day of, and like you can get there, you can get moving around, start warming up, and then go right to your starting hole. But yeah, it was windy as shit. And Kisco, I feel like half the holes is super windy, and then the other half is extremely windy because you're on top of the hills. So I knew it was going to be a tough day. I thought it was going to be another day where I just shoot for like even par by getting all pars. Round 1, I got like 1 birdie and 3 bogeys, which I felt kind of bleh about, but thought that I could at least replicate that round 2 and do a little bit better. Plot twist didn't happen. I actually played worse, even though I had twice as many birdies, but shot 4 strokes worse. I mean, I birdied hole 9 both times, which felt good. The first time was like from the bottom of the rock, and the second time I somehow stuck to the edge of the boulder that the basket's on top of and had to mountain goat putt it into the basket, where basically I was standing on one little tiny piece of the rock and my ankles were basically touching and I had to just kind of dump it in. But yeah, I got my ass kicked and played very well. On the way back, got Chick-fil-A, drowned out the sorrows, and can't wait to do it all again next year. Jaimen, do you know what tag number I got? I put the 146 in. I'm hoping I went up. I mean, better.
The 146 in?
Yeah.
Oh, for wedge?
Yeah.
Yes, I do know. I texted it to you, I think. I don't remember what it was. Maybe 46?
Ooh. Oh, yeah, 46. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So solid work on the wedge tags. My 14 tag for disc cap instantly went away. I think I'm down to 21 now. And actually, I'm guessing no one else put that update in, so I'll do that now.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I did it.
Well, that's why we have a match verifier extraordinaire. Supposed to verify things, not just hit verify.
It's in there.
Oh, okay.
Corey, you have the 21.
Yep. So I guess Jaimen did do it correctly, fortunately for me. I kind of have a friendly rivalry. You might even say an unhealthy friendly rivalry with like David Koch. I think after round 1, I don't know if I had him by 1 or if he had me by 1. I think I had him by 1.
Yep.
My classic joke is like, oh, no, better luck next time. And then he absolutely popped off round 2, and I think shot like an 8 down.
5 down, but it felt like 8 down with those conditions.
Oh, it was only 5 down?
Yeah.
But that was the hot round of the day, I believe, right? Kyle threw the same score, actually, round 1. So
Numbers-wise, it wasn't the hot round, but it was the hot round of the day.
yeah. I went OB on 14, the ace run.
Mm-hmm.
My play is to usually just stuff it into the ground and let it kind of slide up. And I hit the ground exactly where I wanted to, and the wind came up and just sent it, like it lifted off the skip and just went right over the rocks. And I missed a short comebacker because even though I took my meter in off the flags, I was still like on the rocks and had like an awkward stance. And then on the next hole, 15, waiting for the cart ahead of us to finish playing it, I think that was the only time I saw a tree actually come down during the windstorm. Every time we got a giant gust, which I think they were predicting like potential gusts up to 40 miles an hour, that had been the case, if not faster. Every time we heard a strong gust coming in, I would like look up, like look at the trees, and literally every time I did that, I got dirt in my eyes from the wind blowing sand into them. So I stopped looking up as much after that. The only other thing, and I don't know, I'm kind of just remembering it, but I did not see the CTP flag, or I think they were supposed to do, or they mentioned doing the closest to the tee prize on Pinball Alley. I don't know if I noticed where the flags were, if there were any out there.
They didn't put them out. I asked about that because our CTP was supposed to be hole 7, and I like nailed that hole both rounds and nothing.
So I'm not sure what happened with that, but I don't think I would have got closest to the tee or CTP, so it didn't really matter either way. But yeah, it was an experience.
All right. Speaking of hot rounds, how'd yours go, Jaimen?
I had a great day. I kind of kept up just my stable game from first tracks and was able to capitalize on birdies when I needed to, and I just was like staying out of trouble basically both rounds. So the first round, just kind of kept everything moving along. I bogeyed one hole. Oh, it was 15. Just pretty typical roll away to a kind of tricky putt. Missed my putt, took a bogey. But besides that, I was getting the holes that I felt like I should be getting. You know, there's a lot of really birdieable holes at Kisco as long as you're hitting your lines. And I was certainly doing that. So I just made my putts when I needed to, stayed out of trouble, and ended up 6 under after the first round, which was the hot score for the round. I had Kyle Hirsch right behind me at 5 under, JP Hafner at 4 under, and then Antonio rounding out the lead card. So that first round was Koch, Kyle, and Kevin Lopez, who's a super sneaky, smooth wedge guy that I've played with a few times now. So that was fun. It was good catching up with him a little bit. Yeah, and then second round, I was just able to keep the wind from messing me up too much and was able to kind of, take my birdies when I could get them, but just kind of stay out of trouble the entire time. Hole 11, I went 3-3 on, which was amazing. With that much wind, that's really all you can ask for on that hole. And so I was able to finish out my second round at 3 under for 9 under for the tournament, which was really nice. It's nice to go out there and play good golf.
9 under, 5 strokes better than Kyle Hirsch, who came in second, John Hafner in third, and David Koch in fourth. Corey Cook was not in fifth, we'll say.
Nope, not even close.
I felt like every time we caught up to you, I watched you throw your second shot from like 30 feet off of the tee pad.
I don't remember it that way, but yeah, I sure did. No, yeah.
We caught up to you on 15.
Oof, yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, and then the other spot was hole 10.
That was also not a good one. Oh my God. Yeah, hole 10, that was like where, I think round 2 started on hole 2. Wait, what's the one? So that'd be 8. So 6, this is one of my resolutions. I really need to clean this up, is I get into these positions where I have like a 60 to 80 footer. I tell myself, I'll give it a soft run. That way it lands close. I just make an easy putt after there. And I flub it, and it ends up fading away from the basket, and I leave myself some 30 to 40 foot comebacker, which I miss, and I'm taking a 4. So I had just done that on 6. 7, I didn't make it off the hill. Bogeyed that one too. Oh wait, no, it's not 6 and 7. 7 and 8. I birdie 9. I get to 10. I'm feeling good. I just birdied 9, and I didn't even make it off the hill. Like, I hit a tree. It flew backwards. I'm just in front of the tee pad, basically, in a bush on the side of this stupid hill. And it didn't really get any better from there.
I call that getting my signals crossed. I think I say that a lot in my rounds. Like, oh man, I got my signals crossed on that one. And so like what I mean is it's one of those spots where you're like, all right, my 2 options are run it. So like putt up high or lay it up and be soft about it. And what I do instead is I put a soft bid up high.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, it's always annoying. It's like one of those things where, just through your thought process, sometimes like you start off with one thought and then don't totally transition over to the thought that you should go with. And yeah, it's hard to get past, but you do get past it eventually, and just kind of learn how to check yourself to make sure that you're paying attention to what you should be.
Yeah, it's not committing to either one. Like I don't want to commit to the run because I don't want to juice it and be too far and then not feel confident and come back here. But also not committing to the layup because I don't want to be that much of a wimp. I want to at least give it a chance. Like I'm not 150 feet away. Like I could put this in and then end up not doing either of them.
Yep, you go with option C, which is the worst of everything.
Yeah. If I'm going to bogey this, I would have gave it a better chance off the rip.
Jason, you're unbiased. That's why I'm asking you. I can't ask a couple of these other guys. But why is this not included as a Player of the Year event? Was it just the bad weather typically? And should it be, in your opinion?
I have no idea why it wasn't included.
Maybe it's usually shitty weather. These guys, it sounds like it was windy and it was cold, but a lot of times I've been there and it's like it'll snow, it'll freezing rain. Any number of weather conditions can happen and they're never really good ones. So I can see that, but it's also, you know what? That's disc golf in this area too, you know?
And actually, when I was looking at like the registration for it, it's a lot of people from Discap travel down there. I think when you start doing the Player of the Year, it was a very select few events. I think most of them were like B tiers or higher. And it's kind of expanded because I think when you're on doing the podiums, you probably want to have more events because then it includes more people. People have more, like not everybody's going to play the A tiers and B tiers. So maybe what wasn't good before, maybe consider it this year.
Well, why don't we do a vote with those who are on here that are not named Jaimen or Corey? So, Jason, yes or no? Should it be included, in your opinion?
Considering the other events that we've included, I would say yes.
Alex?
That's a good question. I am not super familiar with the course or the tournament, so I feel unqualified to answer. But I feel like looking at who's goes to it and that sort of thing, like it seems like you're going to hit a good chunk of the people who would potentially be in the running. So I think that's a pretty reasonable option at the very least. I don't know if it's like a guarantee, but I think it could make it some years for sure.
It's got members from, I see, of course, Discap, obviously Wedge, Skylands, Cutler is there. There's others. Those are the first ones that popped in my head. But, you know, it's got representation, and that's the whole point of it. Antonio Albert, not that he's going to be happy with his point total, but, you know. So what's your gut tell you, Alex?
I think it should be on the list of things to consider at the very least. Whether or not it actually makes the cut, I'm not sure, but I think it should be considered.
Evan?
Yeah, I think I'm in a similar boat with Alex. I'm not very familiar with the event. It's a little, out of my geographical familiarity as well. So it sounds like it's worth considering. I've never played it, so I don't know. But I'm also not necessarily in the running for Player of the Year yet.
You got points. What do you think, Randy?
I think yes. But when we look back at it in 11 months from now, it's going to seem very Discap biased because Discap people performed well at it. So maybe.
My only thought process is if weather was our biggest concern, I mean, Corey was complaining about the weather in July or June at Warwick.
I hate playing in the hell yeah.
Then you get to the fall and there's some pretty crappy weather then. And if the Wilcox Wonderland is even a consideration, that's in the middle of December.
Yeah, that's fair. It spreads the whole year. So, I mean, yeah, my answer was yes. I just think it's funny that, deciding retroactively and, oh yeah, like Discap people did well. So I don't know.
That wasn't the determinator. That's why I don't include Jaimen in there, at least in the vote.
Yeah, I would vote that it gets included anyways, if for no other reason than there's not a lot of other events down that area.
That's the other thing. Yes, exactly.
And that's why I think like adding Camp Gaw.
Yeah, I don't even think I put that on there this year.
I don't think we put it on there this year either.
We had done it in the past, though. I think I left it off my list, so that's on me for this past year. But all right, it's all a work in progress. I also think this might be Jaimen's second win in the last 3 years. But am I wrong, Jaimen?
It's my third win in the past 3 years, but if you're counting the tournaments I've won, it's only my second because I won it last time I played it too.
What's that line from whose line is it anyways, where everything's made up and the points don't matter? We're waiting it.
Exactly. All right. Just a random thought that just popped in my head. We're going to talk New York Team Challenge preview, but a couple notes before we get to that. Mike Schwartz posted, as we do every year, we're currently accepting submissions for those that wish to run for the 2025 Discap Board of Directors. We currently have one seat up for election, and Jeff Wachowski, I assume, has made his intention to run again for this seat. Anybody on here running for the Board of Directors?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Because you're scared of Jeff?
I don't want Kat to boss me around any more than she already does.
Oh, because she's president, right?
She might be the VP right now. We'll see.
Oh, I don't know how that stuff works.
I don't either.
Doesn't matter what your title is.
Yeah.
You'd still be the freshman and the rookie
Yeah.
and get the hazing.
Yeah.
I thought I'd mention it. Evan, I got a question for you. I think Tim asked me last week why Branden was my nemesis, and I figured it out. What is Winter Battle Royal?
So a few weeks ago, Branden approached me and some other people to see if there'd be interest in a double elimination match play style tournament on a small scale as like a test run to work out the logistics. I didn't know it was called Winter Battle Royale at that point. But yesterday at Stony Kill, we got together and had the first round, which was a stroke play round to get seeding for the tournament brackets.
Okay, that's why he's my nemesis, because I didn't get an invite to this. I would definitely be in on some double elimination Winter Battle Royale match play.
So he did say that, again, he kind of wants to run it small scale to see how it goes and then do it again, in the summer with more participants. But we had 10 people show up yesterday. Dennis couldn't make it because he is out of town. So there's technically 11 people.
Dennis Daly?
Dennis Daly, yep. Dennis is the highest rated player. I looked up the PDJ ratings just to kind of get a feel for who's in it. The average rating is like 867. And Dennis is the highest at 907, but he wasn't there yesterday for seeding, so he is the number 11 seed right now.
And you're the 4 seed?
Yeah, I came in 4th yesterday. We had 10 people, so we split into 2 cards of 5. We played Stony Kill 1 through 18. I think it might be the first time I played 2 since it's been reincarnated, and we did not play 14B or C. But I noticed that are those permanent baskets on those, Alex?
Yeah, they were upgraded a while back. I'm not sure if there are any plans to relocate them, but they are permanent baskets as of right now.
Nice. But yeah, so after that, it was all said and done. I finished in 4th.
Tim Goyette came in 5th, I want to point out.
Yes. So that was our second round of the day. We got to Stony Kill early because, I'm trying to get my tag matches up. He beat me.
What are you in the 60s already?
I'm glad you asked. So as of today, I've played 5 matches, which puts me on pace for 304 this year if I can keep that up.
There are 5 others on here. Has anybody else played more than First Tracks? Well, Corey and Jaimen did, right? You guys played
Kisco, yeah. That was it.
All right. So other than First Tracks, which we all played, I think you still have more tag matches played than everybody else here combined.
Well, again, I'm taking advantage of those days where I can get more than one match in at a time. So yesterday was one of those days I played. I did state the goal of trying to beat it, so I figured I might as well. I got to play with both halves of Camel Case Corey in the morning. Those guys both beat me. Although I should say Brian Monahan did not have his tag yet. He did not go to First Track, so it was just him and I playing tags. But then we met up with the group for the Battle Royale, and I got to play with Josh Lee and Tim Goyette, Brian Monahan, and Branden Cline as well. It was fun. It was, kind of a cool idea. $20 buy-in. As someone who used to play a weekly poker match back in the day, you had me at $20 buy-in. So the top 5 seeds get to buy for the first round, double elimination. I don't know, it should be cool. There's like a time frame to schedule your match for the first round with your opponent. There's a list of like 4 or 5 layouts you can pick from in the first round, and then second round, it's different layouts, and it gets a little harder as it goes on. It's kind of a cool concept. I'm looking forward to it.
When you say layouts, is it all at the same course?
No. So in the first round, you could pick from Prospect Park, CPS Whites, SPW Whites, Thatcher, or Saratoga Spa. So you and your opponent agree. You have a couple week period maybe to find a time to play. It's match play, and you want to play on one of those layouts. And then, in round 2, it's going to be Shen, SPW Blues, CPS Blues, Burbine Reds, and then it gets harder from there.
How many people are in it total?
So it's 11. The 10 that showed up yesterday, I think he had maybe 12 in mind. I don't know who couldn't participate. Dennis missed the seeding, so he'll have to play in the first round. So 11 people for now. I think he had in mind, a lot more than that on a bigger scale in the summer. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. So Alex, over under 6 months, this thing's going to take.
Oof, for 11 people?
Double elimination.
That's a lot of people to figure out how to get scheduled, but I'm going to go under. I think they can make it happen.
Corey?
Over.
Jaimen, what do you think?
Muted.
Thank you. I said under. Evan plays disc golf an awful lot, I hear.
But it only takes one to jamming it. But okay, under.
Yeah, but we have at least one person who's going to be
Getting on
out
everybody's
there.
case.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. And what do you think, Randy? Over under 6 months?
He's already at what? It's like the 6th, and you're already at like 3. What are you at right now? Did we already say that?
He's at 5.
He's at 5.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say let's go. I'll go under.
Okay. The only reason I even broached the length of it is just because it seems like the Empire Open takes a very long time. A few years ago during COVID, they did the Summer Slamdemic, which turned into the next year's Winter Slamdemic. When you get to this double elimination and match play, well, I think it's a great idea. I love it. Sometimes it can be logistically challenging.
Yeah, he does have, a timetable laid out. Ideally, round 1 matches take place by February 9th. And, I think he wants to have it done by late April. But That's a good point. We'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, I was going to say, just keep updates and we'll mention it whenever we get updates. New York Team Challenge comes up this weekend. We got the Roses at 3-0, the Wrenches at 3-0, the Widowmakers at 3-0, the Mindkill Whips at 2-1, the Saratoga Revolution, who are off this month, at 2-2, the Beast of Burbine at 1-2, the Tower Power at 1-2, Chatham Hill Country Club at 0-4, and the North at 0-4. Alex, we got the 3-0 Widowmakers at the 3-0 Roses. Who you got?
Considering the Widowmakers nearly lost to Chatham Hills, I got to go with the Roses on this one.
All right. Evan.
Having played CPS firsthand, I will go with the Roses.
Corey, what do you got?
Ooh, gotta go Central Park.
All right. Jason.
Ooh, man. Widowmakers at CPS? Oh, that's going to be a battle. I got to go with CPS. They're a strong team, and at home, I think they got a pretty hard doubles team to beat, as Mindkill has learned the last couple of years. So I'm going to go with CPS.
Jaimen?
Man, I was going to go Central Park, but everybody else did. And I feel kind of bad about going with that. But I feel like I've heard recently that Mike Wiest is going to be back playing for CPS, and that is a guy that just gives them an extra point. So I think I'm going to stick with the group and go with CPS.
All right. Randy, I'm pretty sure you believe that CPS is going to go undefeated. So
Yep, that was my prediction how many episodes ago. So yeah, I'm going CPS all the way. They're taking the regular season.
Does this matchup here make you a little nervous or no?
I mean, this is probably their hardest one, but it's at home. I don't know. I think they got it. I have a lot of faith in Dave.
All right. So, Randy, your turn to pick. We got the 1-2 Tower of Power at the 1-2 Beasts of Burbine.
All right. So I have some inside information that I will not disclose, but I'm going to go with SPW because they're so good. That's why.
It's funny, Randy. I was going to be like, well, this doesn't come out till Friday. Is that really going to affect it? But then I realized
people listen at like 12:30 at night. It's insane.
But also one of the captains for SPW's on here,
Yes.
So
that's true.
That's 100% fair. It took me a second, but I got you.
But no,
Thanks,
I mean, the skill set that SPW has transfers over to Burbine. Like Burbine's not an exceptionally long course.
Mm-hmm.
Half the holes at SPW are very similar to Burbine. I think SPW can do it.
Jaimen, Tower Power at the Beast of Burbine.
I would love to see SPW win this one. I don't have any insider info, but
So you going SPW?
yeah.
You kind of Jasoned it. I'd love to see SPW win, but
Yep. Yes, that's me going with SPW.
Jason, Tower Power at the Beast of Burbine.
Oh, that's another good one. See, Burbine's missing some top players this season. Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the upset and say SPW.
All right, Corey.
I think I gotta go with Burbine.
Evan. This is a tough one.
I will say I'm looking forward to this match. Last year we played them at Prospect for our neutral and had a great time. I'm going to pick us because of a lot of the reasons that Randy said. I don't have the insider info, but maybe we can compare notes later. I know that we are ready to play. Looking at the forecast a couple weeks ago, it was predicting like negative temperatures and like scary wind chills, but that's softened a little bit. And I don't know that there is snow coming. They did get a bit. Well, I don't know about the recent storm, but we're ready to play, and I like our chances, so I'm picking us to win it.
Who's Burbine's like big gun? Do they have one, or are there more than one?
Juliet.
They have some heavy hitters from the CNY area as well.
Oh, yeah, Mike Thomas.
Yeah, they have
probably.
Mike and Amber.
Yeah.
Is Jake Peters still playing? Is that his name? Am I thinking of the right guy?
There is a Jake Peters who has played for Burbine in the past. I don't know if he's still playing.
The Jake Peters?
Jacob Peters, yeah.
A Jake Peters.
Engineer extraordinaire.
A Jake Peters, I don't know.
Am I thinking of the right person?
No
Probably
idea.
not.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, no.
No, not John. Wait, what?
Wait.
Who are you thinking of?
The engineer guy who made the disc launcher, who's from
That's Mark
Jersey.
Peters. you
Oh, that's
fuck.
Mark.
Mark Peters. Okay. Different guy.
No, it's definitely Jacob Peters I'm thinking of.
Jake Peters has played 2 matches for Burbine this year.
Yeah, they have
Good
Dave
lefty from
Herodes,
CNY.
Earl Steenberg, AT, Steve Marshall. Steve Marshall beat me consistently in MA40 last year. Shout out Steve Marshall.
You got Josh Weinstock. He's a good player, too.
Who would you say is SPW's big guns, other than Kevin Kroenke?
Don't say Willie.
Why is it immediately don't say Willie?
His ego just doesn't need that.
Willie is a great player. Dennis Daly is another great player. I don't want to pick favorites because they're all my children.
That's fair.
Yeah, Terry Hudson's gotten a lot better in the last year. Shout out Terry. Yeah, Willie's great though. I like Willie a lot. Willie brings great energy to the team, and I love watching him putt.
Is it Willie Harrison?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Just busting out my name knowledge. So, Alex, with all that information that you just garnered, who you got? Tower Power at Beast of Burbine.
You know, I was kind of leaning towards Tower of Power, but then I heard Corey pick Beast of Burbine, and he has not picked wrong yet.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. I was thinking he might have been a lone wolf there, but okay.
This shit's too easy.
Don't jinx him, Alex.
Yeah, no, I think I got to go with We're at Burbine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I got to go with Burbine on this one, but I would not be surprised if I was wrong.
All right, riding the Corey coattails.
Yep.
All right, Alex, that means you get to pick next the 0-4 Chatham Hill Country Club at the 0-4 the North.
You know, I got to pick us, and I am confident going into it. But after the year that we've had, I would not be surprised if we dropped this match. Like, I don't think we're going to, but just with so many things going just barely wrong, especially early on in the season, it'd just be the story of this season for us if we dropped it. But I think we've got this one. I think we can do it. I'm confident we can do it. I really hope we do it.
All right, Evan, after that confident remarks, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to ask Alex some questions. Have you played there yet, or what's?
Have you played there, Alex?
I have not, no.
Do you plan on it before the match?
Personally, I don't plan to, but I know some of the other players have practiced it, are going to practice it, that sort of thing.
This is a tough one because I feel like there's no way Alex doesn't come away with the win. I know he's hungry. And the North is brand new, but they're at home on an unfamiliar course. I'm gonna pick Chatham, and I'm rooting for you guys, Alex.
Appreciate it.
So you're going with Chatham Hill. Okay.
Correct.
Corey.
Chatham at the North. This might actually be the toughest one to pick so far. I think it depends on who shows up for Stony Kill. Oh man, and I wasn't at our match against the North, so I haven't played the course. I don't even know. I'm going with the North on this one.
All right. You're not playing it safe at all this year. I like it, even with the undefeated record. Jason, Chatham Hill at the North.
Another good one because North's got advantage, but they're still a young team, so I'll give the nod to Chatham Hill.
And somebody's got to win it, right?
These are really good matches.
Yeah, somebody's coming out of that one with their first win of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Chatham Hill.
Nice, appreciate it.
Jaimen.
I'm giving this one to Chatham Hill. I've got this vision of Alex just like crazy mad scientist hair in the garage, like trying to figure out how to make doubles work, and he's got it figured out. He's got the okay, maybe not.
Well, we just seem to keep getting worse with our doubles, so I don't know, but
I'm pumping you up, Alex. Shut up.
eventually it's gonna work. We got to find something that works.
It's this week. Well, yeah.
I hope so.
Yep, you got this, man. You know how to do doubles. You're just figuring it out with a different team right now. But I think Chatham's going to get it. But I do think that the North is going to put up a good showing. They've been definitely gaining some momentum.
All right, Randy.
All right, so Chatham makes up like 50% of my wrong guesses for the year, but I'm gonna double down and I'm gonna say Chatham takes it. But I also think Alex should go play the course so that he can change all of his doubles partners up to match the course.
Here.
Probably not a bad idea.
I'll have a whole singles round to do that.
The bold strategy, Cotton.
There's a few other picks I'll probably get between now and when I release this, but as of right now, Corey, we got as the lone wolf with the North. All right, our final matchup, we got an unbiased Randy picking the Whips at 2-1 against the Wrenches at 2-1. Who you got?
Wait, I thought that was you announcing me my pick.
You're picking.
I thought you just told me what I was picking.
I got a feeling I know who you're picking, but no, I would never tell you your pick. Who do you think?
You're right. J Park is everyone's home course. So I'm feeling confident with my kill going into that. And me and Jess have done a lot of prep for this, so we're ready.
Who do you have losing to me at that match in your
Well, duh, their best player,
in your
Corey.
mock draft? Yeah.
Yeah, you're playing Jaimen, dude. Good luck.
This dude's already peaked. He's burnt out after the last.
Man, that's one that I would love to be there for and ask them questions during, but I wouldn't want to fuck with their head, so I would never do it. But that would be a fun one to be like, what are you thinking, Jaimen? But you're going out on a limb and going with the Whips. All right.
Yep.
Who you got, Jaimen?
The Mind Kill Whips.
All right. Jason, Mind Kill at J Park. This is probably might be the toughest week so far, right?
Yeah, I think all four of them honestly are like the closest to the middle, margins. I think Mind Kill, we've got a pretty strong team. We're going to show up. We know J Park. Everybody knows J Park. Chad and Brian, they're fresh captains. So I guess Randy and Jess are too, but I think it's going to be pretty close. I think it's going to come down to the second round and Mind Kill is going to edge him out.
All right. Randy, as you and Jess are our new team captains, have you determined what does Whips stand for this year?
It didn't change. Like, we liked being the Whips.
Well, no, but like we have indoor pools. What was the?
It's in-ground. We have in-ground pools.
Okay.
Yes. And I mean, that is what it stands for, and we do have them. If you throw really far, you could go out of bounds into one, but I haven't seen it happen.
Well, there were a few other ones, weren't there?
We have introverted people.
That's
always been my favorite.
All right, I was just checking to see if that hadn't made any adjustment. I don't think I asked that before.
I'll think about it. We'll see at the end of the year.
Corey, who you got? Whips at Wrenches. Remember, your perfect record is on the line.
Both of them.
Although I think by this point, one of those is going to blow up in your face. But no.
I'm definitely picking J Park, obviously. This one's going to be tough, though. I mean, we've had some tough matches already, but J Park is hard to tell because everyone's played J Park, like everyone's already said. I'm sure not that many Stony Kill people obviously have gone and played the North, and not that many SPW people have gone and played Burbine. And even Wilcox, I don't know how many of those people have played Central Park more than a handful of times, given how long some of the Wilcox players have been playing for. But yeah, J Park over Mind Kill in a playoff. Chad Larson and Corey Cook take it after 3 holes for the team.
Ooh.
Isn't it funny how in New York Team Challenge, J Park is probably the worst home field advantage, but in New England Team Challenge, it's probably one of the best, one of the better at least. No?
Oh yeah.
That's just interesting. Evan, who you got? Whips at Wrenches. 2-1 teams battling it out. So it's 3-0 versus 3-0, 1-2 versus 1-2, 0-4 versus 0-4, and 2-1 versus 2-1.
That's wild.
Have you guys, when deciding your picks, been taking into consideration what layouts we might be playing? Huh?
No.
Oof.
Should we?
Damon might want to.
I know you guys play North and South like a bunch of idiots.
I dare you to throw West at us 2 rounds in a row.
No, you don't. Listen, don't ask for layouts because Brian will put something up on UDisc and you guys won't like it. It's going to be like hole 15, 16, 17 on repeat or something.
I'm going to pick Mind Kill on this one. This is kind of a toss-up, and I don't know. I'm just going to go with my gut on this one and take the Whips.
All right. And Alex, who you got?
Yeah, I think I got to go with the Whips on this one. Again, just going off of, my own experience with J Park. We played him to a tie and lost on penalties. So seems like they're going to have to step it up if they want to beat the Whips. So I'm going to go with the Whips.
All right. Any other thoughts on New York Team Challenges coming week?
I'm excited to go to J Park and not have to bring a crock pot.
Ooh, nice. I bet you that will feel nice.
What are you bringing, Corey?
I don't know if I'm going to bring my gas-powered blender. If I do, I'm probably going to do something different than margaritas. But doing that plus doing a crock pot gets a little expensive.
Who's not playing? Who's on the bye week this week?
Toga.
Saratoga, okay. What's the best matchup in your opinion?
I think Wilcox at CPS has got the most hype. In my opinion, CPS is one of the strongest teams, and Wilcox is obviously, the returning champs, and they, by record, have the strongest team. So that match, but then also Whips at J Park, that's a classic match too. So I'll go Wilcox at CPS.
All right. Thanks as always, Jason.
Yeah, no problem. Good talking to you guys.
Time for a quiz or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. We got 5, assuming everybody's playing. Evan, you're on a team of 2, so pick your partner and you're going second. No pressure.
I'm going to go back to my first trivia partner, set the expectation, because Randy and I really smashed it on my first appearance. So,
Hell
Randy, let's go.
All right.
I'm
So
ready.
it's Alex, Corey, and Jaimen. I can't think of a team name for either of those. But so we got Alex, Corey, and Jaimen. Have you guys ever been on a threesome?
I think
like we have.
so.
Personal
Probably.
question, Pat.
Yeah, that's true. And then Evan and Randy. Evan Bobandy.
I got to erase this really good drawing of Charmander and Squirtle from my whiteboard that Dylan drew. So, sorry.
Take a picture.
Take a picture of it first.
Oh, it's too late. It's gone.
We all know the rules to disc or no disc. I'll ask a trivia question, answer the question correctly, and you'll have the opportunity to tell me whether or not that is a disc or not for an extra point. Alex, Corey, and Jaimen, category 1 or category 2?
What are you liking, guys?
Corey picks.
Numero uno.
All right.
All right, question 1, category 1. An Old English word for a liar gave us what term for a male witch? An Old English word for a liar gave us what term for a male witch?
That be a warlock?
That's the first thing I think of when I think of a male witch.
So you don't think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fibber?
I don't think it's fibber.
Not for one.
It could also be wizard.
I feel like that's always what I've been told is just a male witch is a warlock.
I like warlock.
Like, if you really want to get nerdy about it, they're all non-gendered things. But like in Harry Potter, it's witches and wizards.
The wizard is a disc.
So is the warlock.
And so is the warlock. Yeah.
Okay, so the answer to either of those is definitely yes. We got the second part covered, but what about the first part?
Got to get the first part before we can determine the second part.
You guys both make equally compelling arguments.
My other argument is it's question 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wizard is a pretty easy question 1.
I feel like that would be way harder if it was wizard.
So you're saying it's up to me to determine this tie.
Yeah.
Sounds like Corey.
As always, Corey. Either way, we get to blame you.
A liar, though? God damn it, I'm gonna feel so bad. Warlock.
All right, let's go for it.
Is the warlock a disc?
Good call. Well done,
Nice.
Corey.
Good
Yeah,
job.
I did all the work on that one.
Corey also knows that we already did the NBA category not too long ago.
Oh, true. True.
Good
Yeah.
thinking, Corey.
Yep, I would just listen to that episode actually. So this one is yes.
And warlock is a disc.
Yeah.
Gateway Disc Sports, March 8th, 2007.
Sick.
Evan and Randy, category 1 or 2?
Should we explore too?
Yeah, I'm feeling adventurous.
All right, let's do it.
All right, question 1, category 2. From 2004 to 2012, Hugh Laurie played what crusty but skillful title physician? From 2004 to 2012, Hugh Laurie played what crusty but skillful title physician?
House.
That would be House.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Is the house a disc?
Low key top tier show too, by the way.
Oh, dude, I've seen
Underappreciated.
every episode. So good.
Did you ever notice that Hugh Laurie and Benedict Cumberbatch do the exact same American accent?
Who the hell? Benedict Arnold?
You're absolutely right.
I don't trust no
You're
one.
Dr.
so
Strange,
right.
Corey.
Doctor Strange
Yeah.
and House, because their natural voices are very different, but when they both do American accents, it's the same dude.
This dude's name is Benedict Cumberbatch. I never knew his
Did you not know
Are
that?
you
I
not
never knew
aware
his
of him
name.
as an actor?
This dude looks like
He
AI
looks
generated.
exactly like a Benedict Cumberbatch. You got to
Yeah.
admit.
What a dork. All right.
Dude, have you ever heard him say penguin? He did this whole
Oh.
voiceover for a nature doc and he kept saying penguin. Oh, it was great.
Wings.
Is the house a disc?
Oh, right.
Oh, it sounds good, but I don't like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not aware of it. I don't know. I'm thinking no because it's, I don't know. Just don't know.
I want to go no, but I'm going to be mad either way.
Oh, I'm going to be mad either way. So,
All right. Let's go no.
no.
Yeah, you are correct.
Let's go.
All right.
Through one round, we are tied at 2. Alex, Corey, and Jaimen, what do you got?
Just wanted to very quickly say that Randy having obscure knowledge about voiceovers is exactly what I've come to expect.
A nature documentary of anything.
They talked about it on Graham Norton.
Yeah, I was
Top
going to say,
tier.
I've seen that one too.
It's a popular
great one.
clip.
Is penguins. Crested penguins. Parent penguin heading home. So why are these woodlands so attractive to penguins?
Alex, Corey, and Jaimen, category 1 or category 2?
I vote 1.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Question 2, category 1. What mutant villain from the X-Men universe, known for his animal-like agility, enhanced senses, and retractable claws, is the archenemy of Wolverine? What mutant villain from the X-Men universe, known for his animal-like agility, enhanced senses, and retractable claws, is the archenemy of Wolverine? Do you have a question, Evan?
I think he knows
Is
it.
the answer is it the Badger?
That was just a reflex. Sorry.
He's just styling on him.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a Sabretooth.
Yep, I agree with that.
Mhm.
You good, Corey?
Yeah.
Is the Sabretooth a disc?
I think it is. I think it's a wild disc. Not wild, Daredevil.
It sounds like a very good disc
I
name,
like
so
it.
I'm very happy with going.
I
yes.
wish I had a Halo Sabretooth.
Daredevil discs, October 31st, 2014, Halloween.
Nice.
All right. Evan and Randy, category
Randy.
1 or 2?
I used to bartend once upon a time, and we did weekly trivia. And the team I played with frequently said that my ideal trivia category would be B-tier Marvel Comics characters. So I couldn't help but raise my hand on that one. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair.
Randy, you could pick the category.
Wait, are we in it right now? Are we here?
I don't know.
Is Warlock a... You don't know?
I mean, I don't want to tell them.
Oh.
Yeah, we should go category 1.
Should we go category
We
1?
should go and see if this is actually what's happening.
All right, let's go.
Category 1?
Yeah.
All right. Question 3, category 1. What term is used to describe a masterless samurai, often forced to roam from town to town? It's also the name used by Clint Barton after leaving his Hawkeye alias. What term is used to describe a
got it.
masterless samurai, often forced to roam from town to town? It's also the name used by Clint Barton after leaving his Hawkeye alias.
All right, so it's Ronin, right?
It is Ronin.
Let's go.
Is the Ronin a disc?
I have no idea, though.
I
that
think
didn't
it
help.
is. Well, I think it is. I can tell you why. I think it's a remix disc.
Okay.
Only because when I first learned about them, I went on Amazon and kind of checked them all out, and I'm like 78% sure. it's
You
one
go
of
on
theirs.
Amazon to check out discs?
Well, so I found out about Remix. They only sell them on Amazon, but it's
Oh.
MVP plastic. Anyway,
Mhm.
I digress. I think it is a disc.
Yeah, let's go yes.
Remix Disc Golf. What year, Evan?
2023.
April 27th, to be exact.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. Still tied at 4. Alex, Corey, and Jaimen, category 1 or category 2?
Do we try and fight for it?
I'm not going to be any help, I'm sure, but
I did not know the answer to that one, but
I knew that one,
yeah.
and I knew Sabretooth, and I have passing knowledge of Marvel Comics.
This is dangerous. I say we stay away from it because if we get it wrong, they get it, and then they double us up.
Yeah, I like that plan.
sure. Yeah, 2.
All right. Question 2, category 2. Nathan Fillion played the title mystery novelist who helped a female New York City police detective solve crimes on what TV series that ran from 2009 to 2016? Nathan Fillion played the title mystery novelist who helped a female New York City police detective solve crimes on what TV series that ran from 2009 to 2016?
I believe it's Castle.
Oh,
I was going to guess
Okay.
Bones.
Not Bones.
I'm stuck on the fact that I vaguely remember the name Nathan Fillion.
He was on Firefly.
Oh, there we go. Is he the pirate from Dodgeball?
No, that's Alan
Different
Tudyk,
Firefly guy.
who was also in Firefly. He played Wash, the
Yeah.
pilot.
Yeah, yeah.
You ever like go to a party with somebody and like they know everybody and they're all talking about stuff? Yeah. So what is it? Castle?
Castle, yeah.
I like it.
Is the castle a disc?
Good job, Corey.
Yeah, it got to be right.
Maybe?
Yeah, I feel like that's a good disc name. The Fortress is a disc.
Yeah, that's West Side, but I don't think they have a castle. But I feel like they'd go for Castle before Fortress, so chances are Castle was already taken.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like somebody's got to have that.
This is me trying to logic out something that I'm never going to be able to logic out.
Same,
And so
yeah.
I say we go with yes.
I say yes.
You guys agree?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang.
Okay.
All right. Evan and Randy, you're down 5-4, but you got a question in the hole. What category would you like?
Do we switch to 2 now just to like flip it on them?
No.
Oh, I knew both
I
of
want
them.
to see what he's got.
All right, fine. Here we go.
I mean, you can talk me out of that, but
Nope. Category 1.
let's go.
All right. Question 4, category 1. According to Deuteronomy, what term for a thing to be hated and cursed is also the alter ego of the Incredible Hulk enemy, Emil Blonsky? According to Deuteronomy, what term for a thing to be hated and cursed is also the alter ego of Incredible Hulk enemy, Emil Blonsky?
Do you know this one, Randy?
I was going to say Red Hulk.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, I don't know.
It's Abomination.
Abomination.
In the Ed Norton Hulk movie, I'm pretty sure it was played by Tim Roth.
You're definitely right about the actor. He's not Red Hulk. Oh no, in that movie he wasn't even like just red.
They haven't done Red Hulk yet. Let's not
Harrison
answer it.
Ford
Let's
is
not say
Harrison
any more
Ford.
Marvel stuff. Let's wait till the end of the category.
The next answer is not Harrison Ford.
No, you're probably right. I say it's Abomination.
Yeah,
You guys agree?
Evan's right.
He also was in She-Hulk. Is the Abomination a disc?
I don't love it.
Isn't there like a line of discs that's all like metal and like Doomsday type stuff?
There is Doomsday discs. I don't know. It's like a mouthful, but it's not that much more than like Destroyer. So
I've been trying to get in Pat's head and think like, is this a disc he saw that he wanted to work a question around?
Yes.
Or is it a filler for the category? That might be too meta. I think it is, though.
okay, I'll go with you.
But wait, they've all been yeses so far. I don't know.
They have
Randy.
all been yeses in this
Damn it.
category. I don't love it. It's a lot of letters to slap on a disc.
I'm 50-50. I don't know.
I want to go no.
Okay, no.
You guys agree?
We agree.
Kinda.
Doomsday Discs, December
oh
16th,
my God.
2024.
Randy.
We are
Sorry.
tied halfway
okay.
through.
It's okay.
5-5. Alex, Corey, and Jaimen, category 1 or category 2?
2.
I'm happy with 2.
Yep.
I did know Abomination, but I can't say how many more I would know. So let's go with 2.
All right. Question 3, category 2. Following Fredericks and Sauls, what other word for an ancient or medieval fortress is also part of many place names? Following Fredericks and Sauls, what other word for an ancient or medieval fortress is also part of many place names?
Oh, Berg? Salzburg, Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg. Yeah, Salzburg. Yeah.
Helderberg.
There we go.
Yep.
Lansingburg.
Yeah. Okay, Berg.
Okay, we got all the important ones in.
Berg.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the Berg a disc?
I'm
Yes.
going to go with a yes on that one.
Castoplast, March 27th, 2015. That was a phonetical because B-U-R-G was the answer, but B-E-R-G. Just cross my T's and dot my I's. I don't always do that.
I like it.
7-5. Evan and Randy, what category? 1 or 2?
And he might stump me eventually, but I've known him
We're
all
just
so
racing
far.
him to the end. We're just gonna run it down.
Like I said, unless you want to talk me out of it.
Nope. At the end, I'll just complain.
That's fine. I'm prepared for that. I'm married too, so.
Category 1.
Category 1. All right. Question 5, category 1. In X2, X-Men United, what character calls the helmet worn by Magneto Dorky? In X2, X-Men United, what character calls the helmet worn by Magneto Dorky? And if you can answer this, I will probably call you Dorky. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you have a guess, Randy?
You don't have the script memorized from X2. First reaction is Juggernaut.
Not a bad guess.
Okay.
No,
I
I'm not
was
saying,
like,
no. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not 100% on this one.
The people that appeared in that movie there's actually a bunch. That's where they introduced like all the B tier people. Although Juggernaut is not B tier.
The plot of the first one was stopping him from doing the Statue of Liberty thing.
Mhm.
And then the second one, I want to say it's Pyro, honestly, because they were in the plane or something, and it's him and Mystique, and Pyro is like the
Man,
young
these are
kid.
all discs. We're saying all disc names right
Oh,
now.
crap. I think it's Pyro.
I'll go with you on Pyro, and then they'll know what to guess after.
And that's one of my favorite discs, so
We should say other names now.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Really throw him off the scent. Oh yeah, Juggernaut's a disc too now, isn't it? Is Juggernaut a new disc? Is that Innova?
It's not super new. It's like at least a few years old. It's like the step up from Firebird, maybe. I can't remember the speed, but it's an overstable driver. All right, we're going with
I'm
Pyro.
gonna go with Pyro. Yeah.
Is the Pyro a disc?
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
One of my favorite discs.
You agree, Randy?
Yes. I'm just so happy it wasn't Juggernaut.
Axiom Disc, February 13th, 2019. That makes it tied?
I have it tied.
7-7. 2 rounds to go. Alex, Corey, and Jaimen. 1 or 2?
2.
I would not have known that
Yeah,
one, so let's go with 2.
Okay.
All right. Question 4, category 2. Now a historic monument, the Alamo was built by Franciscans as what type of building to carry on religious work, especially evangelization in foreign lands, often to establish schools and or hospital. Now a historic monument, the Alamo was built by Franciscans as what type of building to carry on religious work, especially evangelization in foreign lands, often to establish schools and or hospital.
Should we ask Pat to ask the question one more time so we can hear him say evangelicalization again?
That's too many syllables. I wouldn't be able to say it myself, so.
I still have no idea like what the actual word is. I think I just added like 3 extra syllables. I'm just
Let's put that on a disc.
Evangelization.
What?
Evangelization? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are missionaries always going over to build?
My answer was going to be monastery.
Monastery?
Monastery, I don't think of that as like going places to build a monastery, like to spread the word. That feels more like something you build if you've already established the religion.
Is monastery generic enough, or is that typically associated with a specific religion?
I think it's pretty generic.
I think people trying to convert people in Texas was a pretty specific religion.
Yeah.
True.
Enough to use the word monastery for. I mean, I definitely don't. I have not come up with anything better than monastery, and that was kind of what I was thinking along the lines with like missionaries, monastery.
Well, yeah, like missionaries have like a mission, though, right? Isn't that like a name for a place? A mission?
Oh, is it just mission?
That was. I had that idea
That is a better disc name too.
at the mission.
Like monastery definitely goes with the rest of the theme, and I don't really know a lot about what a mission is.
I do like that though, Alex.
Yeah, I kind of like mission better than monastery.
Yeah.
I mean, what better word to describe a thing that missionaries go to than mission? I vote mission.
Yep, I'm good with that as well.
Sure.
Is the mission a disc?
Nice.
Good catch, Alex.
When Corey said missionary early
He
in that
said it.
question,
Oh my God. I was like, come on.
I couldn't get the word out of my head either. Like that was the first word I thought of.
I kept thinking of mission as like town or like, you know, like an area as opposed to a specific building.
I was thinking mission district, which would make sense like a church district, you know?
is it a disc though?
That's a good question.
It's a pretty good disc name, I think.
Yeah. I think there's enough things that are like vaguely military inspired that a mission would be a pretty good one.
I vote yes.
I'm good with yes.
Okay.
ABC Discs, July 27th, 2010.
Damn, easy as 1, 2, 3.
ABC.
Hmm.
Evan and Randy, you're down 2. Category 1 or Category 2?
Are we zagging, Evan, or are we staying here?
Stay in the cars.
All right.
All right. Final question. Category 1. What Marvel character who shares a name with a Greek Titan is often compared to Superman for his godlike abilities, including super strength, flight, and heat vision? What Marvel character who shares a name with a Greek Titan is often compared to Superman for his godlike abilities, including super strength, flight, and heat vision?
Marvel's got a few Superman analog.
Picturing a guy with a helmet that's got like a star, like a 4-pointed star on the front of it. I can't think of his
Can I
name.
hear it one more time?
What Marvel character who shares a name with a Greek Titan is often compared to Superman for his godlike abilities, including super strength, flight, and heat vision?
Tight.
We're just coming at this from Greek Titans.
So, I mean, I have like a couple guesses, but only one of them makes sense in the context of a Greek Titan.
Can you like raise your hand in Morse code to me? I can't think of anything except a character that's not right.
I'm pretty sure in the past people have messaged, and I'm pretty sure in the present
we
people are
definitely
messaging. So
Yeah.
Oh God, he's messaging me right now.
The calls are coming from inside the house.
That's not a name I know, but I like it.
Well, here, as long as we're doing this.
Is this going to make for a good podcasting, Pat?
Yeah.
oh, good stuff. Yeah.
No, second one is not it.
And then this
Oh,
one.
wow. You know a lot of characters. That's good, but
Shout out to my dad, Larry Parsley, who got me into Marvel Comic.
I think the first one is your best one.
This is making great podcasting.
Yeah, thank you, Jaimen. Well, we're working through it. You can cut this in post.
No, I think this is
I'll leave it
hilarious.
in.
No, please keep every bit of this.
All right, we have a guess, Pat. If Randy likes my guess.
I do, because my only guess is not the right character. So
Okay.
let's do it.
What do you got?
I think it's Hyperion.
You agree, Randy?
I do with all of my heart.
Is the Hyperion
Yes.
a disc?
Wow.
I have no idea. He's one of they made a bunch of knockoff characters. Like there's a Batman one, there's a Green Lantern one, there's like a Wonder Woman, and they were originally like jokes as poking fun at DC, but then they kind of made them like real characters.
Squadron Supreme, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, correct. But the original issues are like, don't bother, they're terrible.
What does he look like?
The guy who created him, he didn't want anything in his suit to look like Superman. So he had a cape, but it was only attached on one shoulder. Everything was slightly different than Superman.
I'm Googling it.
Is it a disc, though?
I'm pretty sure he has red hair.
Thank
I
you,
think it's a
James.
disc.
I'm just saying that before he goes Googling shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, well, the category's
Good
done.
call,
I
good call,
mean,
Jaimen. No,
sorry, that's
I was
fair.
asleep
That's
at the
very
wheel.
fair.
Whether or not Randy Googled it, my guess is yes. I don't know why. I just think it
Oh,
sounds like
sorry.
a cool,
Yeah, dude.
sounds like a cool name.
I literally typed in Hyperion Marvel. So sorry.
Marvel discs.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay, I'm coming at it from a different angle because Hyperion is a big ass tree and there might be like a disc named after that.
I think it makes it even more likely.
Yeah. Hey, let's go yes.
You good with that, Evan?
You hesitated, Pat. Yeah, I'm good.
Ozone Discs, November 7th, 2017. We are back to being tied. Final round.
Local company.
What's that?
Ozone Discs is the D'Angelo brothers.
Oh, local company. Okay. I thought you said global company. All right. Question 5, category 2 for Alex, Corey, and Jaimen. Graduates of what military college in Charleston, South Carolina fired the first shots at Fort Sumter to begin the Civil War? Graduates of what military college in Charleston, South Carolina fired the first shots at Fort Sumter to begin the Civil War?
Damn, I feel like I almost had it there.
I mean, the only thing I'm thinking of is West Point.
That's not in South Carolina.
I have no clue. I don't know these things.
That's like a half hour for me, Alex.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Don't do that one. That was the first thing I thought of when I thought like military academy.
I used to watch a lot of This Old House videos on YouTube, like in the background when I was working from home. They did one in South Carolina, and it's the only freaking angle I'm trying to work because they were in the area of this stupid college, and I can't spit the word out.
The only word that's coming to my mind is wrong. But it's Appomattox.
No, that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, that's where it ended, right?
Oh, I don't even know.
I don't know. Anyways, moving on. I've got nothing.
I'm not going to be able to think about it. Damn it.
Can I hear the question one more time on that one?
Graduates of what military college in Charleston, South Carolina fired the first shots at Fort Sumter to begin the Civil War?
Okay, so I need a military college, and it's going along with like house and castle and crap.
Oh,
I was thinking
thank
about
you.
that.
Oh, could it be Citadel?
I mean, that very much sounds like it goes along with it. I don't know if that's a military college.
It's something. Citadel is definitely, yeah, that's Citadel. I like Citadel.
I like Citadel.
Sure.
I like Citadel better than and for that reason, I'm with Jaimen.
I'm in.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is the Citadel a disc?
Oh, good job, Alex. Asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. There we go.
Jaimen, you were absolutely correct, but Appomattox is in Virginia.
Okay.
But no, the courthouse.
Yeah, I realized I need to not mention history stuff because I look like an idiot every time I do.
I believe it's pronounced Appomattox.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where do you buy your burritos, Alex?
I don't know.
Chipotle?
Chipotle, yeah.
Oh, fair. The Chip Hotel, yeah.
All right. Is the Citadel a disc? It's a good disc name.
Is Citadel Discs a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not opposed to going with yes, but I don't have anything to support that.
Right. No, I don't either. It's just like a cool name.
Yep, and for that reason, I'm in.
Let's do it.
You guys saying yes?
We're saying yes.
Compound Discs, August 19th, 2024.
Nice.
Nice.
The compound.
Is this how we're finding out Corey starts his own disc company?
Compound Auto and Disc Supplies.
Is that 11 to 9?
Yep.
All right, final question for Evan and Randy. What university was founded in Philadelphia after night owls studied in founder Russell Conwell's church? What university was founded in Philadelphia after night owls studied in founder Russell Conwell's church?
At the risk of sounding stupid, is that Temple?
No, that's exactly it. I could not get the word out of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
That felt like Philadelphia to me. And it totally fits the category. And that's what the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be like a synonym for a church, and I just could not say it. So, yeah, I like Temple.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Is the Temple a disc for the
It all
tie?
comes down to this, Randy.
I have no idea. I kind of like it. It's been a yes heavy night.
I like it too. I'll say yes.
Yeah, let's go yes.
Thought Space Athletics, June 6th, 2022.
Yeah,
Should've-
too. Oh my
Probably
gosh.
should have known that.
Yep.
I mean, I don't bag any of their stuff, but Thought Space adjacent.
And we're tied.
I'm just glad we got all those Marvel questions. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a jar of jelly beans we could guess?
He's going to describe a jar of jelly beans. We all have to guess what's in it.
change is in
How
your
many
pocket
are
right
inside?
now?
Corey came up with the idea for round 2 because he kept, like, every answer last week was house. And I'm like, I got to figure out a question with house as the answer. You guys want to break the tie, or are you guys good with the tie?
Sure.
I'm good.
I'm down.
Sure.
All right. So Alex, Corey, and Jaimen. I haven't looked at these probably in 6 months, so good luck. The puff type of what European creature holds the record for most live young born from a snake at 156? The puff type of what European creature holds the record for most live young born from a snake at 156?
It says puff and then creature, but then specifies it's a snake.
Well, I didn't want to say snake twice, Corey.
It's a type of
Okay.
snake. We're looking for a type of
I
snake.
wasn't sure if that was a trick question.
Oh, adder, puff adder.
Oh, adder is a name for a snake.
I mean, the only thing that I could think of was Puff the Magic Dragon, so I think we're going with a real animal.
All I think was puff rattler. Yeah, so adder, is that what we're saying?
Adder sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's coming to my mind.
I mean, I can think of a lot of different snakes, but I don't know any of them that have live young.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a guess, but if we're cool with it,
Yep.
it works.
Sure.
Is the adder a disc?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I would have said yes pretty confidently.
I think it
So,
is.
Westside Golf Discs, March 22nd, 2021.
Oh, that's right. Those things have a weird dome on them.
Yeah. Mm.
You can almost like pick it out of a stack because of how strange it feels in your hand.
All right. Evan and Randy, question 2. During the Revolutionary War, flags bearing the slogan, "Don't tread on me," usually featured what animal? During the Revolutionary War, flags bearing the slogan, "Don't tread on me," usually featured what animal?
Oh, that'd be a sneck.
Great, it was a snake.
I think it's just rattlesnake.
Oh, I thought I was just looking for snake. Probably not specific.
Well,
Sorry.
well, Evan, you threw a wrench in my gears.
rattlesnake.
I just think it's rattlesnake.
Yeah, me too.
I don't. Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yes.
If you said snake, I would ask you to be more specific. Is
Okay,
the
good.
rattlesnake a disc?
Probably.
Yeah. This is tough. An animal category, though, it's like you're always thinking, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that where Randy was
Yeah.
coming from?
I think so.
What are you guys messaging?
I sent it to the group.
No step on snack.
I hate when there's only 4 questions. This is all the points right here. Let's go. Yes. Why not?
Yes.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Oh no, I hate it.
Too late. No turning back.
All right. Let's go. Yes.
I'm sorry, no.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
All right. You're down 1. Alex, Corey, and Jaimen. There are 4 varieties of what deadly African venomous snakes? 3 green and 1 black. There are 4 varieties of what deadly African venomous snakes? 3 green and 1 black.
Mamba.
Oh,
That sounds better than what I.
Oh, really? Because I was just joking.
Black Mamba?
Yeah, Black Mamba is Kobe.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
It also came from somewhere.
Yeah. One of the 3 that he said was black.
I shouldn't have
Yeah.
joked about it.
I think you're right. I legitimately think you're right.
Huh? All right. I'll take you down with me.
Accidentally right's the best kind, Corey.
Sure, Mamba.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Mamba.
Is the mamba a disc?
No way.
It is, in fact, an Innovative.
It is, yeah.
Innova Champion Disc, January 22nd, 2012. Yeah, this is one of the situations where I had 4 questions. I just didn't put them in order yet because I had 2 missing. Evan and Randy, you're down 3, but
Let's game.
This feels rigged, but okay.
what is the name of a highly venomous snake found in Asia known for its nocturnal hunting habits and its diet that primarily consists of other snakes? What is the name of a highly venomous snake found in Asia known for its nocturnal hunting habits and its diet that primarily consists of other snakes?
Is that a viper?
That's a disc.
It's a Marvel Comics character.
Well, we can't win, and I'm not going to show off with all the different types of snakes I
Oh,
know.
please do.
No. I wrote down boomslang like after the first one.
Wait, what was it? Boomslang?
Boomslang, it's like the sickest
That's
snake name.
definitely the answer.
Mhm.
Do you want to go with that just for funsies? Viper sounds better, honestly. And I know it's a disc.
I'm just glad I just learned about the boomslang.
Oh, it's rad.
I'm going to go Google that.
Not yet.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I think Viper is better, and I know it's a disc. What do you think, Kevin?
Well, that was my first inclination. So, yes.
Let's go with it.
What do you got, Alex, Corey, and Jamin?
King Cobra.
Oh,
Oh,
Sure.
Cobra.
King
You guys
Cobra.
agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking for the crate.
Oh.
Oh.
Innova Champion Disc,
AIT?
May
Randy,
2nd.
was that on your list of snakes
2012.
to show off?
No, that's a good one. I think Crystal throws one.
How do you spell that?
Krait.
Yep. I definitely would have reordered those questions. But Alex, Corey, and Jamin are our weekly champions. We can say that we haven't had all ties in 2025. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about before we go? Is there any events coming up? We got New York Team Challenge this weekend.
New putting league tomorrow.
Well, it's tomorrow, but can you give a brief summary?
It's a random teams bracket style, cornhole type style putting league.
It's at the American Legion Melvin Roads post 1231. It's on 9 and 20 in East Greenbush.
It's not too far from me.
It is at the end of my street.
Really? What the hell?
Yeah, I could walk there in like
They're
3
gonna be there.
minutes.
Are you going?
We're gonna figure it out. One of us will go. I can almost guarantee, but we'll see. That's me or Kat.
Sorry, when is this happening?
Tomorrow, check-in's at 6, and I think Mark is hoping to start by 6:30.
So too late for our listeners.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
100%. But
Thanks, Alex, Evan, Corey, now I got the bleeps. Thanks, Alex, Evan, Corey, Jaimen, Randy, and Jason. Does anybody know of any birthdays that happened in the last week? Nope. All right. And sweet up, Hudson Valley.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, guys.